Tech Cocktail Conversations, candid insights from startup founders, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders from around the globe.
I've always been sort of in the startup world, in the tech space, and also a little, I wouldn't call myself necessarily a techie, but in and around mostly the digital tech space, social tech, etc. So I actually came across Girls in Tech at a conference and decided to start the Boston chapter. It did not have a Boston chapter at that time. So that's kind of was the start, I guess, of officially being interested in kind of the issue, if you will. The issue, probably in 2007, I would say it wasn't actually being discussed a lot. There were definitely organizations out there, but it was a little discussed topic. In the past, since then, so in the past 6 years, that specific issue has really, I think, raised anything from STEM initiatives to more women coders, that type of thing has definitely increased. And then also on the startup side as well, the flip side is the investing in women and that sort of thing, and women in leadership. We've also seen a lot more women entering into leadership positions in major tech companies, which is exciting. So that's also gotten the discussion going, I think, a lot. We actually deal a lot with literally sort of confidence issues, is really understanding that there is a place for women in the tech fields, in the startup space, et cetera, as leaders in that field, getting them to actually understand what it means to be in those fields. There's also a little bit of a sexiness factor that some women are worried about in the field. So we as an organization do try to focus a little bit on that. And then on the other side, there's obviously the employers, the current leaders, and that sort of thing, and really having them understand the value of getting women in tech, not just from an issues standpoint, not just doing it for the sake of increasing women in technology, but because it can actually be a benefit. There's a ton of research that goes behind actually having more general diversity on your team. And for certain companies, of course, you've also got, hey, if I'm an e-commerce company that's catering almost entirely to women, why would I not have some of the tech talent, or most of the tech talent even, be women on my team? It's a relatable issue. So pushing past the conversation of just doing it for the sake of an issue, I think, is kind of where we are. One of the big things that we talked about was the value of creating a network of women really for empowerment, and also so that you can make some of those valuable connections to get your funding, to get in front of the right people. Initiatives that were focused on that confidence. There's a real, for instance, just pitching. I've been really surprised at how literally really how scared women are to pitch. They're really not comfortable pitching. That's a huge hole when you're going out and getting funding. So being able to identify some of those areas, and then also thinking about things like educating the males and having them understand, and educating the funders as to why it's important and that sort of thing, to be funding, to look past some of the biases that might be out there, etc. If you're in a leadership position, male or female, because one of the things we did discuss and something I feel strongly about is leveraging, there are many males who are very supportive of females in the tech space. So whether you're a male or female in leadership, making sure that you are taking action to, whether it's a mentorship position, whether it's making some connections and increasing somebody's network, whether it's being on the board of a women-led startup, et cetera, is using that position to really kind of benefit the cause if you feel that it's important. And then if you're in a non-leadership position, is doing things like getting out, getting involved in groups that are encouraging of the cause, understanding that there are networks out there that are helping women in tech and trying to change the ratio, if you will. So those are just a couple things I would say. I will tell you probably the most inspiring thing is when I look at the women who actually are members in the organization, how empowered they get. And we have 30 chapters around the world. I love it when I hear from our Dubai chapter, who are just the women in Dubai eat this up. They absolutely love that there is this network. The organizations and the companies in Dubai just want to support the heck out of it. It's things like that where I know we're making a difference and we're really making a dent and people are excited about it. That I think absolutely just gets me up in the morning. So.